We're always used to Airbus manufacturing innovative aircraft, but have you ever heard of an aircraft manufactured with the help of the pilots themselves who will fly the plane? In today's video, we'll speak about pilots' 10 favorite things in an Airbus A350. Quiet. Airbus A350 is quieter than any other aircraft when cruising. Pilots found it even more noticeable when landing through horrible weather. It's raining and noisy on the outside, but when on the flight deck you can talk normally, without any noise. It's very quiet for passengers too, because what's great about it is the reduced noise which makes the jet lag and fatigue a little better. Low cabin altitude. The A350 fuselage is made of a carbon fiber composite plastic, which is different than the normal aircraft made of aluminum. The carbon fiber material helps the plane to be more pressurized, which basically means that the cabin altitude is way lower than normal. Let's say that the A350 is at an altitude of 35,000 to 40,000. The cabin would be at an altitude of 5,500. However, on the conventional aluminum-made aircraft, the cabin would be around 8,000 feet. This low cabin altitude is very beneficial to the effects of jet lag and how you feel after the flight. A quiet, quick, and low cabin altitude all combine to give you a perfect cabin experience, and you feel good after the flight too. A lot faster. A350 travels a lot faster than many wide-body planes flying today. It's much faster than the Boeing 777 and the Airbus A330. The only plane that might match its speed is the Boeing 747. A faster plane means that you're spending less time in the aircraft by covering the same ground but way faster. Pilot's table. Airbus cockpits are always designed in a way to give pilots the most comfortable flight, so you might not be surprised that the A350 has a tray table for pilots too. The fold-out table can be used for when the pilots eat their meals or simply when they want to write or read something. The table can then be flipped over when finished, and there will be a keyboard under it for the flight computers. Sustainable. The A350 is an aircraft which burns 25% less fuel than all the previous generation planes. This means that it emits less carbon dioxide to the environment. Not to forget, it's way quieter, which even reduces sound pollution. Head-up display. Head-up display, which is also known as the HUD, is a very effective situation awareness tool. This unique tool makes it a lot easier for pilots to operate in the dynamic environment, specifically in takeoff and landings. HUD is in a form of a screen that the pilots can pull down, and it'll stay at the pilot's eye level. This helps the pilot to see clearly ahead, as well as see all the instrument readings, such as altitude, direction, and speed. This tool was initially used in military planes, but's been implemented in civil aviation as well. Cameras. A lot of us might get bored when going on a long-haul flight, and some others might be really curious of how it looks outside the plane when flying high in the sky. The A350 has cameras attached to the bottom of the aircraft and on the tail. Those cameras are actually accessible by passengers via the in-flight entertainment system. Passengers can look at how the plane looks from the outside and pass time with that. Nevertheless, it's also very helpful with identifying the obstacles. BTV. A runway has got multiple exits and taxiways for planes to move on, but normal planes will take a lot of time to come to a stop after landing. The brake to vacate technology, or the BTV, has allowed planes to decelerate automatically after a landing. This was very beneficial because planes spent lesser time on the runway and avoided holding up other planes for takeoff or landing. Nevertheless, this even reduced the wear of the tires and brakes. 6 larger screens. The A350 unique cockpit has around 6 identical large screen displays, with screens angled inwards. This allowed perfect cross-cockpit visibility and flexibility for the displayed information. This improved the interaction between pilots as well. The 6 screens share the same numbers, with completely interchangeable hardware and software. This lowered up to 80% of maintenance and spare costs. ANF. The Airport Navigation Function, or the ANF, is a very powerful tool which makes it easier for pilots to confidently navigate in the airport. As soon as pilots land in the airport map will automatically show on their screens. This is really useful when the airport's confusing and has a lot of taxiways. This makes it easier to reach to the desired terminal in a lesser time. Slow in landing. A350 is known for being fast at altitude, but is slow in landing. The wings have been designed with flaps, which helps in extending the surface area. This feature was very beneficial commercially. Heavier payloads were carried in airports with shorter runways because of the less distance to stop. This is the end of today's video. Which fact about the A350 did you find the most interesting? Share with us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn the post notifications on to receive the latest from us. See you in the next one.